Good day everybody, I'm Ebrahim Ahmed and I'll be speaking to you guys about the chicory plant, its distribution throughout the world and how it relates to food security. In this presentation, I will be covering where the plant can be found the most and where it can be seen to be grown within the future. I will also be presenting how chicory is grown within the American region and analyze a plot analysis in order to find out which direction the chicory plant is heading. So let's go. Presented here is the way in which my presentation is structured. I'll be starting off with an introduction on the chicory plant, elaborate and produce facts about the plant. My second slide focuses on how the plant grows and how it adapts to the climate as a whole. My third slide shows the current distribution of chicory around the world, whereas my fourth slide shows the future distribution of chicory throughout the world. On the fifth slide, you will see the current model distribution of chicory in America. This is then followed by a histogram and envelope of the current annual temperature and current rainfall within the American region. In slides 8, 9, 10 and 11, I focus on the bioclimate of the current globe as well as the future globe. In addition, I also speak about the bioclimate of America for the current and future distribution of the chicory data. In slides 12, 13 and 14, as well as 15, I focus on the plot analysis that elaborates on the potentials, limitations, opportunities and threats. Chicory is native to America, tropical Asia and Europe. There are certain parts of the world, such as South Africa and South America, that grows the plant. Chicory is family of the dandelion flower and is one of the only plants that is eaten in its entirety. Chicory is a plant that can grow up to 1.5 feet tall. It has erect, round, hollow, nearly leafless, green to reddish brown stems that produces a milky sap when it is cut. The lower part of the plant is hairy and has bright blue petals with two squared off ends. Chicory has many nutritional advantages. One main factor of chicory is that it substitutes coffee, and coffee can sometimes have a negative impact on your body. Although chicory is not commonly known, it has been known to relieve upset stomachs, detoxify people's systems, and even regulate the heartbeat. The two main vitamins that are found in chicory are selenium and manganese. According to the current distribution model of America that I will be showing you soon, it can be said that America is one of the most important countries in terms of chicory distribution. It is a highly concentrated market in America and is trying to focus on engaging in improving the business in line with the improvement of technology. Throughout the world, chicory has been imported and exported in many different ways. One of the most common ways in which chicory is marketed is through the beverage industry. People make use of the chicory seeds to act as substitute for coffee. The second major way in which chicory is distributed throughout the world is by the food industry. Most of the plant is edible and is used for many different purposes all around the world. The third and most important way in which chicory is marketed is through the health and medicines industry. Many people make use of chicory in order to cure sickness and even make stomach cramps go away. Chicory is a biennial to perennial plant. This means that the stems that grow on the plant die at the end of every season. However, parts of the plant survive under close to the ground from season to season. The difference between the first and second year of the plant growing is that when the plant grows back in the second year, the plant will produce seeds before dying. The leaves, stems and roots that is growing within the first year dies when winter arrives. In this section, I have focused on the methods that I have used to present my findings. I made use of the current and global distribution of chicory throughout the world, as well as the current and future distribution of chicory throughout America. I have also included a histogram of America's annual rainfall and made use of current and future bioclimate of America. Lastly, I have also included the true and false section of America and did a limiting factor for the mean annual temperatures and rainfall that is presented globally. Here we can see that the current global distribution of chicory is spread mostly over the Europe region as well as the American region. There are some parts such as South Africa and South America that also has small parts of the region that is growing the crop. In this slide, we can see that the future distribution of chicory has deteriorated at an alarming rate. This could be due to alien plants that has been manifesting the chicory plant, making it decrease over the years. This plays an important role for future markets because it would make chicory markets very scarce, which would also make it a rare crop around the world. In this slide, we can see the current distribution of the chicory crop around the region of America. We can see that the crop is more dominant in the northeastern areas of America, such as New York, Ohio, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. In the slide, we can see two cumulative frequencies expressed as percentages. Figure 4 focuses on the current rainfall of America, and Figure 5 focuses on the current mean temperature of America. The red arrows depicted in Figure 4 counts about 2% of the records and only starts to increase at about 760. In addition, in Figure 4, most of my records were founded between 760 to 1050. In Figure 5, I have used purple arrows in which I show where most of my data is recorded for the current mean annual temperature. We can clearly see that a massive increase has formed around 5.6 to 5.8 and reaches all the way up to 10. In this histogram, we can see that the peak in which the rainfall occurs in America starts at about 867.2 to about 1128.6. In this slide, I have created an envelope that shows the results of the annual mean temperature and the annual rainfall of the distribution of chicory within the American region. The percentile highlighted in red is sitting at 0.25. This means that it is showing 95% and is showing 0.25 above and 0.25 below. The square boxes and everything that is situated in it shows 95% of the data. The yellow arrows are showing us that the data is seen as outliers. In this slide, I focus on the current bioclim of chicory. In other words, the area that is highlighted in orange and red are the areas in which the chicory plant is most suited to grow. This could be due to factors such as climate, weather, and the important factor of global warming. In the previous slide, we could see that the growth of the chicory plant is mostly associated in the Europe and American region. In this slide, we can see that the distribution of the crop has remained in the same regions, however, the areas have decreased. This could again be due to the climate situation of the future, which is around 2050. The weather in 2050, as well as the global warming temperature in that future. Here we can see that the bioclim for the current distribution of the chicory plant in America is mostly grown in the northeastern part of America. Areas such as Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York would be the ideal place in which the chicory crop would be mostly grown in America. In the future bioclim climate, we can see that the regions has decreased within America, and this tells us a lot about the future of the crop. I would assume that areas in America has been treating their environment very harshly. It could also be due to the uncontrollable way in which the current increase in global temperature would be affecting the growth of crops for the future. In this slide, I've included the true or false bioclim of the American region. In this slide, I have included the future limiting factors of the chicory plant. It shows the average rainfall and mean annual temperatures of the chicory plant. We can see that the areas deemed most suitable for the rainfall and mean annual temperatures are the areas of Central Africa and South America. We can see that in the previous slides, which is figure 10 and 11, the future of chicory will still be fairly decent in the northeastern part of America. In addition, we can also see that the percentile of chicory has decreased from the early 2000s, which is also seen on figure 10 and 11. The remaining area in which chicory will be produced in America would serve as a hotspot for the chicory market within America. The market would have large amounts of revenue because it would be distributing chicory throughout the whole of America. Chicory agriculture is currently reliant on external inputs such as fertilizers and pesticides. The current soil process is one of the most important factors when it comes to the growth of the crop. The fertilizers has a negative impact on the environment because it contains chemicals that generally harms the environment. The availability of water in regions in which it grows the most, such as Europe, is highly reliable on water because of the growth process that takes place. In terms of the opportunity variable, America needs to focus on marketing the chicory market around conserving the plant. American markets who are still selling the chicory crop in the future, which is in 2050, should come up with schemes where they try and sell and grow the products at the same time. For example, if people or businesses want to purchase the crop, they should also consider in growing the crop in order for the crop to grow so that it doesn't fall under the endangered crop category. In figure 10, we can see that a small portion of the region of America highly grows the crop. This area can create a market frenzy in which it distributes the chicory in exchange for a big profit. One major threat in chicory distribution in America is climate change. In figure 11, we can see that a lot of percentile range for excellent has decreased in the percentile range in the categorical variable region. Another threat to chicory, according to figure 11, is alien plants. These plants could include the African tulips or the brown tree snake. Alien species would include your rats, cats, and even crabs. In all retrospect, the sources and models I have used to predict the future of the chicory crops allows for many improvements to be done in order for us to conserve the crop. We can see in figure 2 that the future of chicory has decreased at an alarming rate. Therefore, it can be concluded that in order for us to save the crop and let it grow in the future, we should start by reproducing the crop in countries where the crop is grown very little. I thank you for taking this time for listening to my presentation, and I hope that you have learned something new. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day.